Okay, here we are at the Boonah Showgrounds. What we had to do, we were heading down to northern New South Wales, or we were in northern New South Wales, and we've decided to do a U-turn given the wet conditions down there. It's pretty wet day, wasn't it?
It was. 700 plus millimetres in a week, that was enough.
So we decided to abandon our trip down the east coast of Australia to the Victoria-New South Wales border and do a U-turn and come back to Queensland and redo our trip for a plan. And we're going to be heading out west and probably western New South Wales and so forth, but hopefully it's a little bit drier. Like most of the east coast of Australia, Boonah has also had a lot of rain. It's fined up but very boggy underground, especially in front of our caravan.
Drapery store called Maynard's, which is in the main street. It carries absolutely everything, but there's also great specialty shops with abundance of choice of items. For a drive to Calbar, beautiful old buildings, a lovely wedding chapel and events centre, and of course there was more shopping.
As we'd experienced so much rain in our travels so far, we thought we'd go and have a look at Muggera Dam because we figured it must have been full by now, and we weren't disappointed. Son suggested we try a place called Gordon's Country, about an hour's drive from Boonah, over the Great Dividing Range. Pretty country. Property offers acres of camping area, powered sites, plenty of room to move, and different locations where you can just take in the natural surroundings. How's the serenity? Well, we've called into Warwick on the way through to Stanthorpe, do a bit of pick up a few supplies, but we've just come across this. Sue's gone off shopping, but I've just come across this Ulysses annual conference. Sue wants to get one of these, but I don't know. Not that daring. She is not. There's a few places you could stay in Stanthorpe. Top of the town caravan park looks pretty good, but we decided to go back to the old showgrounds where you get a little bit more room. Whilst there's plenty of room here at the showgrounds, like most areas, the ground is just so sodden that they restrict where we can actually camp.
Stanthorpe Cheese Factory is a must, where you can attend a sampling and try all the different cheeses in the store, and of course then there's also more shopping.
Well, Sue and I have just climbed this enormous mountain, and just to see these arrangement of boulders behind us, which is part of the Granite Belt. They've been here for millions of years, and this is such not a restricted area, but such an isolated area. And there they are there, the boulders. Wow, that's great, isn't it? Oh shit, how do you turn it off? Oh shit, it's not real at all. Just a maze of boulders, isn't it though? What's that one, doll? Lemon liqueur. Okay. You've been here for 30 years, you're saying?
31 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I built the place.
Okay.
Opened in June 1995.
Okay. Excellent. This distillery had such a vast range of wine, spirits, black rums, gins, and liqueurs. We just didn't know where to start. Girrawee National Park was just an amazing arrangement of boulders, Pyramid Mountain, a little bit of wildlife as well. Size those apple pies.
Is there no portion of that paying $20,000 a kilo for tons of in the Australian
Well, there was certainly a lot more to Stanthorpe than just apples. We called it surprising the amount of things we could do with Stanthorpe. Thoroughly recommended. Well, that's it for our journey through the Granite Belt. I've got to say we were very pleasantly surprised with what we could do here.
I'd never been to Stanthorpe, and there's just so many amazing places that you can go to, just not wineries. We actually didn't even go to wineries to be, kind of.
Well, we sort of did.
Yeah.
The castle one, right? Was a beauty.
But the cheese factory, the truffle farms, the apple places, yeah, it's just fantastic.
Just fantastic.
Yeah.
Gordon Country, recommend that for a family outing or just a rural retreat, fantastic area. And also Boonah. Well, Boonah's always a great one on the scenic rim. Unfortunately, it was a bit boggy when we were there, as we're finding through our travels that a lot of showgrounds won't let us in because the ground's just so sodden. So anyway, well, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Watch our videos on Shades of Grey Nomads, and don't forget to subscribe. It won't cost you anything, it just helps us with distribution. See you on the next episode.
Bye.